how would you say, like, Chanakya's, how how would you say that you got involved into Chanakya's philosophy rather than somebody else's? Like, there are many philosophers which have come before.
Correct. So I would say, absolutely God's grace, because when I began my life, I never thought, I will be an expert on Chanakya and the world will give me so much success. It's saying that sometimes you choose the path and sometimes the path chooses you.
Hmm.
So, if you really look at it, and I can tell this with complete humility that I'm not the expert on Chanakya because my teachers are better than me who taught me Arthashastra. But you know what, in that field, I have become more famous than them. So it's absolutely God's grace. So I read many people, I have been reading a lot of philosophers, but actually I got attracted to Chanakya and probably Chanakya got to me.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to look at it.
Yeah.
Uh, you worked with the defense forces, the police too.
Yes.
What do you work with them with? Like, how do you work with them, and what is, if you can tell us, what is the work?
Yeah. So, as you rightly mentioned, I work with some of the most premium institutes in India, right from the defense forces. I teach at the National Defense Academy. I teach at the National Defense College in many of the Army War colleges. I train the police department. So what do I teach them? I teach them strategy. So if you
Hmm.
look at anybody who is at these levels, who are actually working for the safety and security of a country, see, safety and security is not about the weapons that you have. That's one part of it. The weapons, the machinery, everything is important. But the person behind the machine is also as equally important as the machine itself. So the defense of the police, as we're getting upgraded to world standards, having the best equipment, we also need to train people on right thinking skills. There is
Hmm.
a saying in the army which says that, the man behind the machine is more important than the machine.
Yeah.
So I train, I have trained thousands of, army, navy, air leaders, and, give them inputs about how to think strategically. Because war is not between two people. As they say, war is not fought on the battlefield, but on the minds of the generals. So that's why I teach them the strategy of warfare to the police and the defense departments.
So, do you think, with this new defense and the new police upgrades, we have a
Right.
chance to become a police state?
We have a chance to become
A police state. You
a
know,
police state.
yeah,
So
quite
how would you
like
define a police state?
like in a modern version of a police state. I would say the United States is a modern version of a
Yeah,
police
yeah,
state. They've got guns everywhere. They've got a big brother attitude.
yeah. Yeah.
So
No, in fact, I believe that a police is there to protect the people, not terrorize the people.
yeah.
One of the things about a police state is that the first perception about police in our particular society is that when we see a policeman, the first emotion that comes out is fear. In
Yes.
fact, I have trained the police by telling you, if people are fearful of you, then you have not done your policing right. A police should be a protector of the people. In fact, my second book, Chanakya Seven Secrets of Leadership, has been co-authored with the Director General of Maharashtra Police, D. Shivanandan. And we believe that if you can approach a police when there is a problem, then it's a really good thing. Rather than fearing the police itself, but instead of solving the problem, it will make the problem larger.
I see.
So one analogy that we give is that let's say you're lost in a crowd
Mm-hmm.
and you see your father. How does the child feel? The child feels in the lost crowd, oh, my father is there. He feels very secure and he runs to that particular father and embraces him. So the father gives a lot of security. The
Mm-hmm.
same father may also hit the child one or two times, and correct him and discipline him. But for a father, there is always a respect, and your father will protect you always. Now, can the policeman also be like that? When you see there is a mess happening around and in a crowd, if you see a policeman, can you look up like a father and say, wow, this is the man who's going to protect me. If I am wrong, he will also punish me. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the first emotion that I have for my father is that my protector. So when you police state, people having guns around may not be the
Sense
solution.
of
In
loss,
fact, we don't want to
sense
create a
of
gun
loss
culture in our country like
of
the
something.
Americans. where
which
anybody can shoot even
which
their
I have not
teachers or the
seen, which I have
parents or other
not
children.
felt.
Yes.
We
और
want
लेकिन मुझे
we
ये
want
जरूर
a
फील होता है कि
state
कुछ चीज
where
हम मॉडर्निटी
people
के इस लॉन्ग
respect
मार्च
the
में
police, and police has got the duty to protect the people rather than terrorize themselves as another criminal.
Mm-hmm.